Thank you for joining us this evening. This is the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show, episode number 75. I'm the Kaiju, the Supreme Commander of the Valken Alliance, and to my right, your left, is Darth Valken, the Airsoft Director here at Airsoft Headquarters here in beautiful Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, the interwebs, please welcome Mr. Brad Rankin from Casual Airsoft. Brad, for those that don't know who you are, why don't you give a little background about yourself? Let's get the viewers warmed up here a little bit.
Yeah, sure. First and foremost, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be
Thank
here.
you for joining us.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So, my name is Brad Rankin, as you have been told. I born and raised in New Jersey. I went to school, actually, I went to college pretty close down to where Valken is located in the New Jersey office. I enjoy traveling. I currently work for a trade show company, so definitely looking to get involved to an extent in airsoft trade shows and, you know, how we can give back to the community.
What specifically do you do with trade shows?
So I work in operations. I work for a provider that does touchscreens, software, basically the funkiest thing that you could possibly imagine. We've had people come to us wanting us to redesign the New York Stock Exchange. We actually just installed I don't know if you all watch Big Bang Theory, but there's an episode where Leonard is floating around in the space station, FaceTiming his mom. We actually just reinstalled that same prop of the space station in Mobile World Congress in Spain. So we do all sorts of stuff for trade shows. We just like to help people out, have a good time, see the world.
Awesome. I'm sad that the Big Bang Theory, this is their last season. Kaiju sad panda. So tell us about your airsoft team, Casual Airsoft.
So at Casual Airsoft, you know, we play a lot at a couple different local fields, and one thing that we've always seen was teams tend to...
Speaking of local fields real quick, the viewers can see your gun cam footage playing there in the background. Where is that?
So that's at the Airsoft Factory in Bridgewater, New Jersey, formerly known as Godfather Airsoft. They moved from a location in Flemington, New Jersey, over to Bridgewater a handful of years ago. And it's a really good CQB field, a lot of friendly players, a lot of locals, a lot of regulars. So it's always a good time there. You know, we build relationships with other players and other teams, do our best to help out the referees and, you know, volunteer to help improve the field. Overall, it's a great place to play. It's small enough to the point where you can have really good CQB combat, but it's also big enough to the point where you can have really good long range and downfield types of shootouts and battles.
What made you start a team, or did you join this team, or because you're the team leader, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess technically I'm the team captain, but I was not the first person to join this group of airsoft players. I ended up finding out, you know, I started like many others doing backyard games, you know, little spring plinkers, just having fun, running around through the woods, shooting each other. And then one of my coworkers actually told me that he and a couple of his friends had gotten into airsoft and that they were going pretty regularly to this local field. And, you know, I remembered how much fun I had when I was younger, and I had to be involved. So once I played a couple rounds, I started adding some strategy and some team camaraderie to the mix. And ultimately, I just kind of added in the business aspects of it, you know, where we fundraise, where we give back to the team.
How long have you been playing airsoft?
On and off, I'd probably say it's really not that long, probably about 2 or 3 years. You know, back in middle school and high school, it was backyard games for as long as I can remember. But in terms of seriously playing, it's only been about a year and change. So once my coworker said that a lot of people were getting back into it, he was going with a group of friends. You know, I knew I at least had 3 or 4 kind of core people that I could go and play with and not feel awkward by not having a good kit or just kind of enjoying myself to the fullest. So I started going there, and we've just grown the team from there. So I would say we're coming up on about 16, 17 months.
And have you registered your team on airsoftc3.com?
Oh, you know I have. So
Well, what about the
we're fully
new
registered on Airsoft
groups?
C3, and we're actually listed as recruiting on Airsoft C3. That's actually how we met a couple teammates. You know, they say don't make friends on the internet, but Airsoft seems to be an exception there. So we've had a couple people just meet us at the field, and start the conversations at the field while we're playing. And some of those people have grown into really good team members and really involved team members.
So Brad, how in depth, since your team is fairly young, how in depth do you get as far as SOPs like uniforms, loadouts, things like that?
Not required at all. For us, if we make a group decision to attend an op or to do a mil sim that has some requirements, obviously, that's subject to change. But we approach airsoft casually. It's a game, it's a sport, it's a lot of fun. It's something that we just do to enjoy ourselves. So as far as we're concerned, or as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter what you wear, what kind of kit you have, how you play. Casual airsoft is really more about the mentality of having fun, promoting safety, good sportsmanship, communication. It's not about what you wear or how expensive your gear is, or how well your gun shoots. It's really about just having fun. I work a desk job, so getting up and getting out and running around, sliding, diving, just being tactical, maneuvering my way around a building. It's enough of an enjoyment for me. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing when I'm doing it, and if it doesn't matter to me, then it really shouldn't matter to the rest of the team. That said, if we do as a group decide to participate in a mil sim or a big op, there's some fundraising that takes place to raise money for team uniforms or patches or backpacks or gear or camelbacks or whatever we might need to actually partake in that op to our full effectiveness without pulling it out of the pockets of the players. Yeah, upgrades and new gear are a slippery slope, but we even find a way to involve rental players. One of our teammates, Ash, likes to use the methodology of using these new players and these rental guys as messengers. So a lot of times you'll get these small kids who are just decked out in rental gear. We'll say, run into that room, tell us what's in there, tell us what you see. Run to that hallway, tell us what you see. We even had a time where someone put a guy on their shoulders, like a little rental kid, just to get a better angle and get a better sight on some enemy players.
Brad, when you and your team go play locally, how much extra guns and gear do you bring?
So it really depends who's going. A lot of times we try to bring extra gear for any guests that we're bringing, or new players, so they don't have to rent gear. But we're pretty lucky, I must say. Our local fields, they have HPA tank fill stations. They sell BBs, they sell batteries. They sell hop-up buckings, and a lot of the common parts that are going to break or kind of crap out on you while you're playing. They're all pretty easy to find. So myself, I usually bring my primary. I'll bring a rifle, an HPA rifle, and then I'll bring one or two pistols on the side. And I know that if I ever have a problem with my rifle, I can main my pistol for a couple games because I mostly play CQB, so it works out pretty well. In terms of overall extras, just load up on BBs and gas. If you have some spare parts like gas fill valves or some O-rings or hop-up buckings, that's usually a good backup option.
So, any final parting words there, Brad, before we head on out?
No, not really. If you're going to play airsoft anytime soon, what I imagine most of the viewers are, just be friendly, be a good sport, and most importantly, have fun.
Heck yeah, it's just a game.
That's why it's supposed to be for fun.
For fun. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.